The Hazbin Hotel Season 2 Episode 1 has just dropped. The premiere episode, officially set to release on October 29th, 2025, just 2 days before Halloween, feels like the perfect storm of timing and tone. VivziePop and A24 clearly knew exactly what they were doing. Halloween has always been about embracing the dark, and Hazbin Hotel Season 2 looks like it's ready to dance with the devil himself. The trailer wastes no time throwing us straight into the chaos. The streets of hell are in flames. Propaganda posters of Charlie flood every wall, and a haunting remix of Hell is Forever echoes in the background, slower, more sinister. It's as if the entire city has turned against her dream. Vox, now officially confirmed as the main antagonist, dominates the screen with his smirk and static-glitched menace. He's more than just a villain this time. He's a symbol of corruption, control, and manipulation. One shot shows him addressing a massive crowd through screens scattered across the city, twisting Charlie's mission of redemption into something dangerous. He calls her a false savior, claiming she's enslaving sinners instead of saving them. The camera pans up to reveal a burning billboard that reads, "Heaven doesn't want you. Hell doesn't need you." And right then, you know this season is about to get brutal. But amidst all the chaos, the trailer still gives us those emotional gut punches that Hazbin Hotel is known for. We see Charlie standing in the ruins of her dream hotel, her eyes filled with tears, whispering, "I thought love could fix this place." Her voice trembles, not with weakness, but with realization. This season is her breaking point, where innocence meets reality. The trailer cuts rapidly between flashes of Alastor, Lucifer, and Vaggie, all caught in the crossfire of Vox's uprising. Alastor's smile is still there, but this time it feels forced, almost painful. Lucifer, on the other hand, is shown confronting Charlie for the first time since the Season 1 finale. His words sting. "You can't save what doesn't want saving." That single line sent shivers through fans everywhere. It's not just a father's warning, it's a prophecy. And then comes the biggest shock of all, the glimpse of heaven. For the first time, we see that glittering, radiant world above. And yet, it's not what we expected. It's cold, unwelcoming, and mechanical. A quick cut shows Pentius chained in gold restraints, surrounded by angels who look more like guards than saints. The once comedic serpent now looks terrified, whispering, "I thought redemption meant freedom." That one line alone breaks your heart and confirms what VivziePop teased earlier this year. Season 2 will challenge the idea of what redemption truly means. Is it about forgiveness? Or is it just another kind of control? There's no doubt that Season 2, Episode 1 is going to set the tone for something massive. It's not just about redemption anymore. It's about rebellion. The stakes are higher, the villains are stronger, and the message is darker. VivziePop has built a hell that feels more alive than ever, and now it's ready to burn brighter and hotter than before. So mark your calendars, because when Halloween arrives this year, we're not just getting jump scares. We're getting a symphony of chaos, love, and fire from the depths of hell itself. Hazbin Hotel is back, and this time, the gates aren't opening for redemption, they're opening for war. If the trailer was a storm, then the leaks and insider whispers that followed are the thunder that refuses to fade. Right after the Hazbin Hotel Season 2 Episode 1 trailer dropped, the fandom exploded with theories. But buried among the chaos, a few credible leaks have surfaced. And if they're even half true, Episode 1 is going to shake the foundation of the series. According to one of the early screenings shown privately to media critics, the premiere episode, titled "A Deal in the Dark," opens right where Season 1 left off, with Charlie standing before the ashes of her beloved hotel, her dream crumbling around her. The once glowing neon sign flickers weakly, the has-been half burnt out, so that it now eerily reads Hell Hotel. It's a haunting metaphor, one that sets the tone immediately. The first few minutes are almost silent. No music, no jokes, just the echo of what used to be. And then, from the shadows, a voice emerges. It's Alastor, the radio demon. But even his cheerful tone sounds off. There's tension in the air, the kind you can almost feel through the screen. He tells Charlie, "You asked for redemption, dear. Did you expect it to come without a price?" That line alone defines the entire episode's emotional core. The story quickly reveals that hell itself has changed. Vox's influence is everywhere. His glowing screens project propaganda 24/7, drowning the city in static and lies. Every sinner now knows Charlie's face, not as a savior, but as a tyrant. Rumors say that Vox's plan involves convincing the masses that the Hazbin Hotel was never about redemption, but rather about control. That Charlie's real goal was to build an army of reformed sinners to storm heaven. It's a clever twist, and it's working. Even Charlie's closest allies are starting to doubt. Vaggie, who has always been Charlie's backbone, is shown arguing with her, saying, "You can't fix something that doesn't want saving, Charlie. Maybe they're right about us." That moment, according to the leaks, is absolutely gut-wrenching. The trailer only teased the tension, but the actual scene reportedly lasts several minutes. Raw, emotional, and beautifully written. It's the first time we see the cracks forming between the two characters who once stood united. Halfway through the episode, the tone shifts. But 24 clearly invested in this scene, because the leaks describe it as one of the most haunting sequences in the entire series so far. Charlie and Vaggie finally locate Angel Dust in the ruins of an abandoned nightclub once owned by Valentino. He's alive, but barely. His wings are torn, his smile forced, his voice trembling as he sings a few broken notes of Stayed Gone. The silence after that performance hits harder than any scream. Angel Dust reveals that Vox is hunting anyone connected to the hotel, and that he's broadcasting fake confessions of the staff across hell to turn public opinion against them. That revelation pushes Charlie over the edge. She refuses to give up and vows to fight back. But then, something unexpected happens. Alastor appears again, smiling as always, but this time his eyes flicker with red static. It's subtle, but terrifying. He says, "Maybe Vox isn't lying, my dear. Maybe you are building an army. You just don't know it yet." That single sentence shifts the entire tone of the episode. What does he mean? Is Alastor hinting at something deeper? A prophecy? Or maybe his own plan? Fans have long speculated that Alastor's true motive was never redemption but entertainment, and Episode 1 seems to play right into that. The leaked dialogue implies that he's orchestrating events behind the scenes, almost enjoying the chaos. The episode also reportedly ends with one of the most visually stunning and chilling moments Hazbin Hotel has ever delivered. Charlie finally makes it back to the ruins of her hotel, standing under the broken sign as fire rains down around her. She starts to sing, quietly at first, then louder, a brand new song called Ashes Can Still Bloom. It's soft, melancholic, but powerful, echoing through the destroyed streets of hell. As she sings, the flames around her begin to shift colors, turning from red to gold, as if hope itself refuses to die. And just when it feels like redemption might still be possible, a shadow crosses the light. Vox's massive blimp looms overhead, projecting his face onto the smoke-filled sky. His voice booms. "Welcome back to hell, princess." The screen reportedly cuts to black right after that, followed by the title card, Hazbin Hotel, Season 2, A Deal in the Dark. No post-credits scene, no extra tease, just silence. And it works perfectly. It leaves the audience breathless, desperate for answers, and full of questions. Who is the broker? What deal did Charlie unknowingly make? Is Alastor still an ally? Or has he been working with Vox all along? And perhaps most importantly, can redemption even exist in a place built on lies? The premiere promises to dive deeper into the moral gray zones that made Hazbin Hotel so addictive in the first place. It's not about good or evil anymore. It's about what happens when hope meets reality, and which one survives. If this is just Episode 1, then Season 2 might be the most hauntingly beautiful nightmare we've ever stepped into. If Episode 1 was the calm before the storm, then Episode 2 promises to be the inferno itself. But before diving into what's next, there's one thing every fan needs to understand. Hazbin Hotel Season 2 isn't simply continuing the story, it's rewriting the rules of hell. The leaks, the whispers, and those eerie still frames teased at the end of the trailer all suggest that VivziePop and A24 have built something far more ambitious than anyone expected. Episode 2 reportedly begins mere hours after Vox's broadcast, and the fallout is catastrophic. The once lively streets are now riots of neon flames, sinners marching under Vox's symbol, chanting against the hotel. It's chaos, but it's not random. It's orchestrated. The V's have declared something called the Cleansing Pact, a twisted propaganda movement that encourages demons to purge anyone who believes in redemption. And guess who's their #1 target? Charlie Morningstar herself. The trailer barely hinted at this level of danger, but the episode will make it crystal clear. Charlie isn't just fighting for hope anymore. She's fighting for her life, From what insiders are saying, Episode 2, tentatively titled The Devil You Know, opens with a haunting sequence of Charlie and Vaggie hiding underground while hell erupts above them. It's a quieter start, one full of dread and reflection. There's a brief flashback to a moment between Charlie and Lucifer, showing him handing her a small, glowing key and saying, "If you ever find the door, don't open it." That cryptic warning immediately sent theory pages into overdrive. What door? What's behind it? The fandom believes this key might be connected to the mysterious broker we heard about in Episode 1. Maybe Lucifer knew this figure all along. Maybe the deal wasn't made by Charlie at all. Maybe it was made for her. And then comes the tension everyone's been waiting for. Alastor returns, seemingly uninvited, stepping into the dim hideout with his usual grin. But his energy feels different now. Colder, more calculating. Fans who attended private screenings describe the dialogue between him and Charlie as electric. He tells her that hell doesn't punish the wicked, it recycles them. That every demon who falls from grace becomes part of an endless loop, doomed to replay their sins through eternity. Redemption, he laughs. Darling, that's just rebranding. It's the kind of twisted, philosophical moment that the show excels at, making you question everything you thought you understood. Yet even through the cynicism, there's something else behind Alastor's words, a warning. He offers Charlie a deal, one that could save the hotel and everyone in it, but it would mean trusting him completely. And if we've learned anything from Season 1, trusting the radio demon is like handing a match to a pyromaniac. Meanwhile, across hell, Angel Dust is facing his own demons. Literally. The leaks suggest Episode 2 features a massive set-piece battle between Angel and Vox's new enforcers, the Static Saints, a group of corrupted angels who've been transformed into digital soldiers. Imagine golden wings fused with television screens, voices echoing like broken signals. It's terrifying and beautiful all at once. Angel fights with desperation, but there's pain behind every blow. Rumors say this sequence is accompanied by a new song titled Broadcast the End, a heavy rock anthem sung from Angel's perspective as he declares he's done being someone else's story. By the end of the scene, he barely escapes alive, but not before destroying one of Vox's towers, which sends shockwaves throughout Hell's network. It's the first real victory for Charlie's side, and yet it feels hollow. Angel's last words before collapsing are, "He's watching her, not me." No one knows who he is, Vox, Alastor, or maybe someone even worse. Back at the ruins of the hotel, Charlie finally starts piecing together clues about the broker. Old books, burned contracts, and one ancient symbol keep appearing, an Ouroboros made of wings and thorns. It's said to mark those who tried to bridge heaven and hell. The shocking twist? Lucifer's throne carries the same mark. It's a discovery that changes everything. Charlie begins to realize that her dream might not have been hers to begin with. That maybe, just maybe, her entire plan for redemption was planted by forces far older and more powerful than she ever imagined. The emotional toll is immense. There's a moment where she looks into a cracked mirror and says quietly, "If I'm their puppet, I'll cut my own strings." Fans who've seen the rough cuts say this scene transitions directly into a new musical number, not loud or showy, but slow and haunting. The song, allegedly titled Strings of Fire, blends Charlie's voice with faint echoes of Alastor's radio static, creating a duet that's both seductive and tragic. It's one of those moments that defines Hazbin Hotel, a perfect collision of chaos, beauty, and sorrow. And as the song fades, we finally get a glimpse of the episode's ending. The final act reportedly shows Vox sitting in his massive control tower, surrounded by screens broadcasting every corner of hell. He's calm, confident, sipping a glass of glowing liquid that hums like static. One of his lieutenants asks if they should prepare for war. Vox smirks and says, "War? My dear, it's already started." Then he turns to one of the screens, and on it, we see a shadowed figure standing next to him, hands folded neatly behind their back. The camera doesn't reveal the face, only the faint outline of a halo. Vox turns and says, "Isn't that right, Father?" And that's it. Fade to black. No confirmation, no name. Just a hint that an angel, maybe even the angel, is working with Vox. That single line detonated across the fandom like a bomb. If it's true, it means heaven isn't just watching the chaos in hell, it's helping create it. The implications are huge. It ties back to Lucifer's warning, to the key, to the broker, to everything. Suddenly, the idea of redemption starts to look like a trap, and Charlie might be the only one who can see it. The leak ends with the usual title card: Hazbin Hotel, Season 2, Episode 2, The Devil You Know. No post-credits, no preview, just that lingering question burning in every fan's mind. Who is the real enemy now? Vox? Heaven? Or the very idea of hope itself? With the premiere now just days away, one thing's for sure. Hazbin Hotel isn't holding anything back. The stakes are higher, the secrets deeper, and every smile hides a knife. If Season 1 was the spark that lit the fire, Season 2 is the inferno consuming it all. And by the looks of it, Episode 2 won't just break hearts, it'll burn them to ash. By the time Episode 3 begins, the line between heaven and hell isn't just blurred, it's collapsing. Every promise Charlie once made is hanging by a thread, and every ally she trusted is now walking their own dangerous path. The leaked descriptions and hidden frame grabs point to a chapter called The Light Beneath the Ashes. And if that title doesn't give you chills, wait until you hear what happens inside it. The episode reportedly opens with the aftermath of Vox's declaration of war, entire districts burning, sinners turning on one another, and the V's tightening their control. For the first time since the show began, we see the consequences of Charlie's dream in full detail. The hope she spread has become a weapon. Citizens shout her name in fear, not faith. Her posters, once symbols of peace, are being ripped down, burned, and replaced with Vox's logo. The camera pans through the ruins of the city, while an old radio broadcast plays faintly in the background, repeating the same sentence: "Redemption is a virus. Purge the infection." That phrase alone tells us how far hell has fallen. Inside what remains of the hotel, tension rules every conversation. Vaggie has become colder, harder, almost militaristic, trying to keep the survivors alive. Angel Dust lies unconscious, recovering from his fight, while Husk sits beside him, guilt written across his face. Nifty tries to clean the blood off the floor, but can't stop her hands from shaking. And in the middle of all of it, Charlie stands before the cracked mirror again, the golden key from Lucifer clutched tightly in her palm. According to the leaks, this is where the biggest twist so far unfolds. She finally uses the key, and a hidden door appears behind the lobby wall, glowing faintly with light that doesn't belong in hell. The door itself hums, whispering fragments of old hymns, but every note sounds wrong, like something sacred that's been broken. Alastor appears behind her, amused, warning her not to open it. That line changes everything. The fandom believes this voice belongs to the broker, the mysterious figure who's been whispered about since Episode 1. He isn't an angel or demon, but something in between, a cosmic accountant balancing the debts of souls. He tells Charlie that her dream of redeeming sinners has created an imbalance. Every soul she tries to save adds weight to a cosmic scale that heaven can't ignore. In simple terms, she's breaking the system. The broker offers her a solution: close the hotel, abandon her mission, and he'll restore balance. If she refuses, he'll collect. Charlie's reply is immediate: "Then take me first." The scene, according to reviewers who saw an early cut, is one of the most emotional in the entire series. The music drops out completely. All we hear is the faint echo of her heartbeat. The broker pauses, almost intrigued, then says, "Your father said the same thing once."